Huh? What? I don't understand. I'm so confused. What was that? What was that? I cancelled my Netflix. And I reinstated my Netflix just for Devil May Cry. And that's what I get? I don't get it. Dante, what did they do, bro? If you want to do a spin-off, why just do a spin-off? Call it Lady Devil May Cry spin-off on the side or in the corner. This was not about Dante, man. This was about Dante is the poster boy. His name is on the billboard. His title of the game, Devil May Cry, he was used as a medium for Lady. Lady was the main... This is not canon. This is not canon. This is just some random stuff. Which, hey, look, I don't blame them. Because I don't believe there's anyone at Capcom that can give them a good, coherent story for Devil May Cry. But you've got an incredible rogues gallery that you can utilize from Devil May Cry. Or you've got the premise of a devil hunter fighting demons and you got the demon realm. I don't know. You got something like that. Instead, what they do is it's like an origin story, not origin story. Lady and this new boss, the rabbit boss, opening the demon realm story with Dante in there doing some cool stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not... I'm not happy. I'm not happy. You look at Devil May Cry, yeah? Netflix edition. Dante looks amazing versus humans. When it comes to Lady, she treats him like garbage. She gets the better of him in every single scuffle exchange. And you can say, yeah, Dante wasn't taking her seriously. Yeah. Now, I would draw your attention to something. Yeah. Lady is extremely skilled. Yeah. Maybe go to, I believe maybe it's chapter 6. Beginning of chapter 6. And you see how godlike Lady is in Devil May Cry 3. So, I don't know, Google or YouTube, beginning of chapter 6. Yeah, cutscene. You'll see Lady. She does godlike work, yeah, against demons. Not bosses, against demons. Okay. Then, I think, is it chapter 4, I want to say? Something where, this is a chapter where Dante catches Lady out of the sky, yeah? And she shoots Dante twice. Once in the head, and then the second one, Dante catches the bullet in his mouth. And look at the damage that Dante takes. He takes chip damage. He gets shot in the head, and he gets shot in the mouth. He hasn't even activated his devil trigger yet, yeah? This is just Dante, base godlike form. Doesn't know the full extent of his abilities. But he knows he's broken. He knows that much. But he just doesn't know what it is. Shoots him in the head. She shoots him in the face. And he catches the bullet in his teeth for the second bullet. Takes no damage. Yeah? She's ungrateful. And then Dante's like, fine. Do what you please. And he just leaves her. That's it. And I think there's another time that she shoots him. And where they have like a boss fight or something like that. Because he's like, Dante's like, this fight is over your head. The monsters you're dealing with, they're out of your league. You could deal with the normal demons and monsters. But these are the bosses. You can't deal with it. I'll deal with it. She won't take no for an answer. Dante grabs the gun. to show her how she can't compete with these guys. And then she shoots and he aims the gun towards his belly, and then she shoots him in the belly. Nothing. He doesn't even take chip damage. Less than 1% of his life is lost when he doesn't even flinch. Yeah, because he's been damaged and shot and stabbed and impaled and everything like that for years. He fights demons. He's acclimated to pain. In this one, he gets shot in the shoulder. He's in pain. He gets shot in the leg. He's like, oh, my leg. He gets tied up. He gets captured. Humans get the better of him. Low-level monsters get the better of him. Mid-bosses get the better of him. He draws with normal bosses. Agni Rudra are in this, yeah? After a long, drawn-out fight, he beats Agni. Can't deal with Rudra, even in demon form. And his demon form looks garbage. Garbage. I mean, from a certain angle, when his wings are all spread out and the camera's a bit far out, it looks cool. The red, the black, the big wings. But when you actually look at it, he looks like a horrible 3D model. Terrible. What the hell, man? I mean, in his human form, he looks cool. Yeah, I'll say that. The model for Dante does look cool. Yeah, there's certain animation sequences where he looks cool. Awesome. Jacket in the wind, on the bike, highway chase. The idea of it is good. But the actual execution, what he's doing, is horrible. You got these bosses. You got Cavalier Angelo. Yeah? Is it Angelo? Something like that? From Devil May Cry 5, a boss. Really good boss in Devil May Cry 5, yeah? Fight Dante. Godlike fight. Dante, dispatch him. Deal with him. Dante can't even deal with him in this fight. Dante struggle with this boss, bro. Oh my god. Really? Really? Echidna from Devil May Cry 5 is in this game, right? The plant boss lady character. And she is just a pain in the ass from beginning to end. Lady kills her. Free! My god, oh my god, Dante can't deal with her. Lady does. Lady saves Dante. Dante's like basically losing to the Cavalier Angelo. Lady saves him. The rabbit boss in this game, in this anime, yeah, it's not an anime. This, as they call it, adult animation, yeah. He's beating Dante, he stabs Dante, like they get the amulet. This amulet that you cannot get off of Dante. Only Virgil was the only one that was able to get this amulet from Dante. Yeah, because Dante is so slick with it. Even when Dante is aloof, you cannot touch this dude. You literally cannot touch him. And if you do touch him, he touches you because he's let you, to show you, you ain't that, man. You ain't that. You can't touch him. You can't touch him. As I said, when he dealt with Lady in Devil May Cry 3, the 2 times that she shot him in 2 scenes, he caught one of the bullets in his teeth and he took the other bullet in his head and it did no damage. It stunned him for like about a second. Yeah? And he's like, here I am trying to save you and you show your gratefulness by shooting me? Pew! She shoots him again. And he's like, fine, do as you please. I don't understand. And if you say, yeah, and again, you say, yeah, he's not taking it seriously. If you Google Lady sees, I think it's, I forgot her dad's name, the clown, Arkham or something like that, dead with Dante. And then him and Lady have like a little fight scene. And Dante is fighting her, but he's taking her very lightly. Yeah? That's what Dante and Lady looks like. Lady is godlike. But there's levels. Dante is the son of Sparda. He fights fucking demon lords, demon gods. His rival is Virgil. Virgil, bro. Dante is, at the beginning of Devil May Cry 3, Virgil's slightly better than him. Yeah, because Virgil's more matured. He's got that, his devil activation done and all that type of stuff. And he's been in the trenches for longer than Dante has. Well, Dante's in the trenches, but his one has been more in the misery of the trenches, right? So he's had to mature quicker. But by the end of Devil May Cry 3, Dante is more powerful than Virgil. Dante, bro. Dante gets overdone by Lady. He gets captured by Lady. He gets the humans are no match. Like when it comes to like the demon hunter humans that can only fight like the low level demons, right? They capture Dante. They get the better Dante. Even when Dante beats the final boss, well, Lady pretty much beats the final boss, not Dante. Lady does, yeah. Dante just does the final hit, but Lady's the one that actually does the final hit, yeah. And that's the final boss. That's the boss, the end boss of this show. Oh my god! And the rabbit was like a proper boss. And then once he got into like a conversation with Lady, he took his rabbit mask off. And then it's like then his level like dropped to like level 15. It's like he was level 87 or something like that. And then he revealed who he was to Lady, and then his level dropped to like level 17. How'd you go from level 77 to level 17 just like that? No, let's be more generous. Let's say that he was level 83. Yeah, even though he wasn't. Let's just say he was level 83. He went from level 83 to level 19. Like that. Just by taking off his mask. The mystique, gone. The power level, gone. The bravado, the aura, gone. How did something like solo leveling happen? Just a week or 2 weeks ago. And then 2 weeks later, you get Dante. Dante, man! I don't understand. It's like solo leveling and Sun Jin Woo up here. Up here. The feats of strength, the ability, the prowess, the aura. And then this Devil May Cry, you got Lady round about here to that, yeah? And then you got Dante here. What? Huh? I'm baffled. I am baffled. I'm so confused, bro. Like, it's so unfair. I felt nothing. I was watching this anime. I felt nothing. The only thing that I felt, even for a second, was ending of episode 5. Yeah? And to be honest with you, the only thing that I felt was I was pissed at this anime, yeah. Like, it was episode 5, yeah, and when they killed off like the demon refugees, that they couldn't take the actual air in the demon world, and they'll be oppressed in the demon world. They will try to come into the human world because the air was cleaner over there, and then the demon wall that Sparta had erected had cut off, separate the world. So you had like the weaker demons that they literally could not deal with the air and the atmosphere, and the most powerful demons that were oppressing them, and then the human beings just slaughtered them. The demons are slaughtering them. Like, that pissed me off. I'm so pissed. I'm like, why are you showing me this shit? Why are you showing me this shit, bro? This is Devil May Cry. I'm trying to enjoy this thing, and then you're out here making me feel fucking miserable watching these demon refugees get fucking slaughtered by these fucking humans. I'm fucking pissed. And I'm supposed to be here enjoying Dante, Devil May Cry, feats of strength, story, the rogues gallery, the demon world, the Elastos Sword. He didn't even have ebony and ivory. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I just don't get it, man. The best episode 3 was episode 6. Not even close. And the story was not even about Dante or Virgil or anything. It was about Lady and this rabbit boss. What the hell, man? And then constantly, when I recover from watching the humans slaughter the demon refugees and Lady slaughter those demon refugees as well, and yet she's the one that's treated like she put on like a golden pedestal. Yeah, if that was Dante that had slaughtered those refugees like a pedestal, they would have made him pay some fucking crazy price. Or made him like some villain. And then every single time they have like those like Lady and Dante had a fight, even though he wasn't taking her seriously, she borderline weren't really taking him seriously either. But then she get the better of him. She outsmart him, she outmaneuver him, she out-trick him. She was always like 2 steps ahead of him. And even at the ending, he was like, I'm going to the demon world. Or something like that to find my brother. Maybe kick some demon lord ass. Want to join me? We can make a team. It could be Dante and Lady. Sounds pretty catchy. No. Scratch that. Not Dante and Lady. Lady and Dante. That sounds good. Like kind of like a buddy cop. How's about that? I like the sound of that. I'm like, bro, are you serious? And then he turns his back on her. You don't even fucking know this person. And then she stabbed, and then she injects him in the neck again. This is the second time she's done it. After she put an injection bomb in his neck, and then half his face blew up, right? And then she puts an injection, and then he's knocked out. I've never seen Dante in 26 years look so pathetic in my life, dude. Get owned up so many times. You get owned up by Rudra. You get traumatized by a fireball. Dante got fucking traumatized, bro. He got traumatized. Oh my god. He's fighting Agni Rudra. Agni Rudra said, you don't even know the story about your own father and your own mother, right? We know that you hid. When the demons came to kill your family, your mum and you and your brother, we know you hid. Because they couldn't find you. You were hiding. You let them die in the fire. And then he threw a fireball at Dante. Dante just froze. Post-traumatic stress. Look at the fireball. So when does Dante have PTSD from that fucking fire? Every single time Lady's about to get hit or something like that. Lady, no! I'm like, fucking hell, bro. Like, what is this, man? What is this? Every single time Dante looked good, it was when he was fighting humans. He was fighting some bozos that were like nothing. Or there was the scene in the helicopter. In the aeroplane, where the aeroplane blew up, and then he was like grabbing air parachutes and stuff like that. That looked pretty cool as well, right? But that was it. He only looked good, fantastic, when he was fighting against human beings. Or that one scene in the air with the aeroplane. Other than that, he was just getting like slapped in the face by Lady, or some humans were getting the better of him, or some demons were making him look like a fool, or he was in a stalemate with some mid-boss. Dante is in a stalemate with a mid-boss. Really? Really? Don't even know where the timeline is. What is the timeline? In this game, you have Nero Angelo, but then he can transform into Virgil. Lady hasn't even met Dante yet. You know that because the first time Dante met Lady was in Devil May Cry 3. Devil May Cry 3 is the earliest iteration of Dante. Where are we then? Where are we? Because you got Nero Angelo. If he's Nero Angelo and then he transforms to Virgil, that means he said something about Mundus. The ending, Virgil said something about Mundus. So he's still serving Mundus. So it's Devil May Cry 1. So where are we in the timeline? Where are we? Oh yeah, sorry, I'm forgetting myself. This is canon fodder. This is not real. This is not canon. This is nothing. This is some random spew that came out of the director's brain. This is why we can't trust these guys with our beloved franchises, man. With things like Devil May Cry, things that we love, we cannot trust these guys because they screw it up. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. You know what this looked like? This looked to me like, yeah, now the engine's warmed up, man. Now the engine's warmed up. I'm all gas, no brakes. And then it's like, thinking about it, it's like, when I look at it, it seemed like The director, animators, just wanted to make a music video, right? Where they were doing action sequence. That was the Dante, the vehicle that they used Dante for as a music video. They wanted Netflix, because you know Netflix, $1 billion company. We want this music, we want that music, and we want that music, because we know Devil May Cry came out in the early thousands. A lot of the people that are grown up now, in their 30s, in their 40s, they were teenagers or in their early 20s back when Devil May Cry came out. This is for them. So let's get music that is popular from that period in time. And that's what they did. They got all these types of music, Evanescence, Limp Bizkit, all these musics and stuff like that, Rage Against the Machine, tracks that people would know, and then every time a fight would happen, they'd throw on that music. Whenever Lady was doing something, they'd put on that music. Every time Dante was doing something, they'd put on that music. It was so corny. It was so corny, bro. Whenever there was like a fight scene, so guess what? Bring out the rock music. Bring out the pop music. Bring up the pop culture famous big song that was around that period. It's so corny. Where's the substance? There was no substance in it. And the only substance that was in it made me feel like absolute shit. Like, what are we doing? And the most impactful story was the rabbit story. That was the most impactful story that made me feel something. And I was actually pissed off. I'm like, why am I feeling sorry for this guy? Why am I on his... And I found myself rooting for him. What the hell? I'm like, why am I supporting this guy? And it made me dislike Lady. I fucking love Lady. How the hell do you make me annoyed at Lady? How do you do that? This is an accomplishment, bro. This is an accomplishment, dude. You make me dislike Lady, dude. Oh my God, bro. Even during her story, man. Naturally, her story was actually good. Like, why did the rabbit guy and Lady get such good story? I'd like to see the runtime for how long Dante's scenes were and how long Lady's and the rabbit scenes were. Because I feel like their scenes were more than Dante's. It's bad, man. It's bad. Episode, I would say, I think 1 to 3 was good. And then when it got to episode 4, it just fell off a cliff, man. Why they got to do this, man? Why make Dante look like this? Why they got to make... They made the rabbit and Lady look good at the expense of Dante. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that. And then you killed the rabbit at the end of the show anyway. In the most humiliating way possible. So you built up the rabbit boss more than you built up Dante. You gave that rabbit had more character development than Dante. What? Huh? What are we doing? That's what I say, don't touch him. If you can't respect the character, if you don't love the character, don't touch him. If you like what he represents, cool. Look from afar, don't touch him. And that's the thing. The reason I was prepared to accept this is because look at Castlevania, bro. The Netflix Castlevania. Look at that show, bro. Look how they treat the Belmonts. Look how they treat Alucard. There's no way they could do Dante dirty. They treat Dante so bad, bro. So bad in this. You know Dante. You love Dante. This ain't him. This is not him. He's a goofball in this, bro. He's a goofball. A pure, utter goofball. A cool-looking goofball. He does look cool. His design looks awesome, yeah? But he's so goofy. He's so bad, bro. This is not my man's, bro. This is not my man's. Not at all. I don't know what is going on anymore, bro. I'm just so disappointed. You look at Devil May Cry 3. Devil May Cry 5. That's Dante, man. And I don't want to hear nobody try to say, oh, the franchise got to try to appeal to a new market. They tried to make everyone, they got to try to move on from Dante. It's Dante's show. Devil May Cry is Dante. It doesn't work without the character. With this version of Dante with white hair, the red jacket, it does not work without it. They've tried it before. It don't work. It don't work. The only reason Devil May Cry 5 worked was because they fixed the mistake that they made in Devil May Cry 4. With Devil May Cry 4, they treated Dante disrespectfully. They overdid Nero. They put Dante down. What they did with Lady and Dante, they built up Lady and made Lady shit on Dante to make Lady look good. Devil May Cry 4 did the same thing. They shitted on Dante, and Nero shitted on Dante to make Nero look good. It's just now, instead of Nero being the arrogant piece of shit, talking down to Dante and making Dante look small, getting the better of Dante, they put Lady in Nero's place. They fixed that in Devil May Cry 5. I don't know how the fuck they did it. Well, good storytelling, right? But they managed to fix it in Devil May Cry 5. Good gameplay system. They actually gave Nero good character development. He's officially part of the family, the Spada family, right? There was no disrespect to Dante. He showed that he respects Dante, yeah? And he know if Dante really wanted to pull it on him, Dante could pull it on him. Dante wouldn't do that, but if Dante wanted to do it, Dante could, yeah? But he'll never do that, right? Because it's his nephew and everything like that. But still, so to try to say, oh, it don't work, it's not called Devil May Cry then. Don't call it Devil May Cry, call it something else. If you don't want to put Dante, this version of Dante, don't do it at all. Don't touch him. Don't touch your character. Don't touch the franchise. You do not put another character down. You do not put Dante down and use another character. You try to prop up a character, and to prop that character up, you put down Dante, the legendary Dante, the godlike Dante. And in the end, they captured him. He was captured by humans and put on ice. And as I said before, I've never seen Dante look so pathetic as I did in this. I didn't think they could top Devil May Cry 2 in terms of a bad iteration of Dante, but they did. They did. It's one of the best looking versions of Dante, but in terms of his character, the persona, it's not him. The adaptation, no. All I see is character assassination, if I'm being absolutely honest, man. I'm not happy, bro. I'm not happy. I felt nothing. It just makes me annoyed that just 2 weeks ago, I'm watching Sun Jin Woo, solo leveling, amazing. And then we're getting our version of this in Devil May Cry, and it's like nothing. It's Dante's turn, and this is 8 episodes of this spew. Anyway, I'm done. Warriors, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to know your thoughts of Devil May Cry, Netflix. Tell me what you think. As I say, I'm not happy. I would give this a 6 out of 10. And that's me being very nice because it's got Dante's name on it. I wouldn't really give it a 4 out of 10, if I'm being honest with you. But I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, being extremely, extremely generous. And, yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll catch you in the next one. Laters.